Primetime local news, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. 2 more people who tested positive for COVID-19 have died. One was a person under the age of 19 in our Northwest zone. The person passed away in February, but an investigation has now confirmed COVID as the cause of death. The other was in the 70 to 79 age range in the far northwest. There are 189 new cases of COVID-19 in the province. 27 of those are in our zone, with 23 in the immediate Lloydminster area, where we have 125 active cases. There are 2,305 active cases province-wide. 174 people are in hospital, with 7 in our zone. To date, 236 cases in the Northwest are variants of concern. The pharmacy vaccination pilot project has been expanded to include a number of pharmacies in Lloydminster and North Battleford. Almost 461,000 vaccine doses have been administered in the province, with more than 32,000 of those in the Northwest. The Lloydminster Exhibition Association is offering a curbside meal to celebrate Mother's Day. Our Jasmine King has the details.
Mother's Day is fast approaching, and the Lloydex is offering a drive-through meal on Sunday, a service they have been offering over the past year while adjusting to the pandemic.
And our first one was Easter, and it was a smashing success. So we followed that up with Mother's Day. So this year, again, we're offering a great Mother's Day meal. They can purchase a meal and then drop it off for a loved one, for a loved mother, for a mother-in-law, for a grandma, for an auntie. They can drop that off at their home, and it's safe and it's prepared safely, and there's no risk to anyone.
Over the course of the pandemic, mothers have been through a lot and have been faced with new challenges. This event helps give back to mothers who deserve a day off.
We're a mostly all female management team here. So we've also felt that, throughout the year we've had to manage, through a pandemic, but also then manage children at home doing schoolwork, all the added responsibilities. If you're working from home and trying to manage schoolwork, that's also. So this is one day that you can be appreciated, and you can have supper taken care of for you by the people that love you and appreciate the moms of the world.
The event runs from 4 to 7 p.m. this Sunday on Mother's Day, and tickets are currently available.
They can go on our Facebook and find a link there. They could go on our website and find a link. They can phone into the head office here during the day, and they can order over the phone, and then it's ready for Sunday for pickup.
The Lloydex Facebook page also has more information on the food being served and the time slots you can pick up your meal. Jasmine King, Primetime Local News.
The Lloydminster Fire Services are now seeking 7 paid on-call firefighters in the community. Shelby Clark spoke with them on what new recruits can expect on the job, especially through the warmer seasons.
I'm speaking with Assistant Fire Chief Bill Heesing. Thanks so much for joining us today. Now, with the weather getting warmer now, what tips would you give residents to avoid grass fires and those kind of situations?
Absolutely. I would expect our residents within the city of Lloydminster to, if they're using their outside fire pit, to make sure it's meeting the regulations on our city bylaw, our fire bylaw. Making sure that it's dry wood. Fire pits are only supposed to be used for heating and cooking purposes. Respecting your neighbors if you are using a fire pit. If the wind is picking up and the smoke's going into your neighbors' open windows, again, being good neighbors and respecting that. When you do have when you want to enjoy the outside and enjoy your fire pit, make sure you have a way or means of putting that fire out. So whether it's your garden hose or your watering can, whatever might be nearby, to make sure you can put it out before you go to bed and stir up the ashes. Make sure you soak up the ashes really well, and that the fire doesn't get going through the night again. So being aware, again, the grass fire season. Our surrounding communities have been quite busy with grass fire season. Just being aware that it is dry out. So making sure if you're a smoker that you're using the proper places to put your cigarettes out, and your cigarette butts, making sure they're out, not flicking them into dry grass when you're out for a walk or whatever it might be, and definitely helps us out and helps our community out. So.
And now the Lloydminster Fire Services is seeking 7 paid on-call recruits. What would each recruit be handling in this position?
Our recruits, if they go onto the lloydminster.ca website, there's a job description for the paid on-call recruits. Lloydminster Fire Department operates what we call a composite fire department. So we're a mix of full-time and part-time staff. Our roster, we're trying to get our part-time roster up to 40 part-time members. The part-time members have roles and responsibilities equal to what our full-time members do. So they work shifts, they provide on-call, attend training, respond to emergency calls. So again, that is all within the job description that's on the website. Absolutely, please check it out if you're interested. On the, just a kind of clarification on the job description is we seek people with training, but we also, if you read through the recruitment manual, which is there, we also seek people that are interested in being part of our team and part of our fire family, that we will provide that training to anybody that's interested. You know, as long as you're 18 years old or older, and you're interested in being part and giving back to the community and having that commitment for us, we're excited to bring you on board and be part of our team.
And what development opportunities would you say are available for becoming a new recruit for the Lloydminster Fire Services?
It's very, it varies. We have members that you know, get their start with Lloydminster. We just recently had a member that, you know, was previously trained. He was with us for about a year to a year and a half and just got on full time with Saskatchewan Fire. So we're quite proud that, you know, he was able to get a start with Lloydminster Fire and moves on to the bigger centers. And if that's somebody's choice to get their training with us, we're able to, you know, give them that start in their future career, whatever it might be. If they're a young male or female that wants to get into our team, and if the future is bright for them to get into a career department elsewhere, it gives them that stepping stone, and we're able to guide them along the path. So.
And during previous summers, what would you say that members of the Lloydminster Fire Service are expected to be responding to most of the time, especially around this time of the year?
This time of year, and it'll vary, right? Emergency service is a very unpredictable service. It could be motor vehicle crashes, could be collisions. We also provide, you know, to structure fires, to grass fires. It runs the gamut of the types of calls that we could go to. We also provide assistance to the local emergency medical service too. Whenever they may need help, we're out there to help them. Whatever it may be. The unfortunate thing with COVID, we'd like to be in the community and be involved in community events, which is, again, with the COVID pandemic, we're not unable to do that. But that's something that we're always excited to be part of too. So the calls will vary. And again, on the job description, it kind of lists and gives summarizes of the types of things you could be involved with. And again, we also keep our members training. So we try and do monthly training with our members and also provide them certified training where they need that too. So.
And the deadline for this posting is May 9th, correct?
Yep, absolutely. This Sunday, I believe, is May 9th. It closes in a few days. If you have questions, please, you know, check out the information on the website, both under the career section and also under the section that's emergency services under fire department. There's two handouts there. One is a recruitment manual and one is a manual for the physical capacity or the physical fitness test that we put our recruits or candidates through. There's some, you know, 7 steps in that physical fitness test that is very similar to the things that we would do on the fire ground, carrying equipment and moving hose and that sort of thing. So if anybody has any questions, please reach out, send them to lloydfire@lloydminster.ca, and I'll definitely get back to them before the deadline on Sunday. So I look forward to anybody that's interested. Again, if you got any questions, please reach out and we're definitely will help you out. So.
Perfect. Thanks again so much for joining me today.
You're welcome, Shelby. Take care. Thank you.
A new website that recently launched is helping give local businesses access to sell their products and services online. Jace Mackey has more.
I'm joined today here on Primetime Local News with Corinne McGurr from Community Futures Lloydminster and Region. We're going to be talking about the new Alberta Eye Market that recently launched last month. So first of all, can you just tell me, what is the Alberta Eye Market?
The Alberta Eye Market is an initiative from our Northeast Alberta Community Futures offices, and it is an online marketplace for small businesses. We know this past, we can't even say year, but almost 2 years, you know, the economy and the global world has entirely changed. And so small businesses need to pivot and at least get a portion of their sales to an online platform. And so we wanted to work on a platform that would provide the support that these small businesses really need.
And what kind of products and services are available right now on the iMarket?
There are already over 2,000 products and services on the market, and they're from the entire Northeast Alberta region. So our partners cover Lloydminster, Vermilion, Cold Lake, Bonnyville, Lac La Biche, St. Paul, Smoky Lake. And then, of course, because we're here on the border, we also support the three RMs, Britannia, Wilton, and Frenchman Butte. So any businesses within that whole region is our primary focus to start with. We want this to be a selling site for our rural and remote small businesses to test the waters and have a great platform that, you know, if I'm shopping for candles or paper supplies, I'm finding retailers from across the region. And I can shop from multiple vendors at the same time. So that's a great selling feature, is that you are part of your products from multiple stores can go into one cart for your customer to check out.
And what has the reaction from the vendors who are already on this site? What have they been saying so far, since I know the site only launched last month?
Yeah, we're getting really good support. I think it starts with the fact that we are actual people here in your local community onboarding you and getting you and your business on board. So we actually will come to your business, sit down with you. We have photography equipment and backdrops and light boxes. So it starts even with the support for getting good quality product images to upload into the site to sell. So we come and we have one of our team members here is kind of our dedicated onboarder, and she will absolutely come to your business, walk you through the whole process. The site itself, once you sign up to become a vendor, there's online videos and recordings and a really comprehensive guide. So if someone is well versed and comfortable in where they're going, they can absolutely do it on their own and go through all the steps and get their store online within a day. For those that want the extra support, that's what we're here for.
So for vendors who are interested in taking part in the iMarket, they're able to go on the website to basically sign up?
Absolutely. You can go right to the albertaimarket.com. There's a be a vendor kind of button at the top. You just click on that, register. We do have an admin person behind the scenes that's monitoring those registrations to make sure that they are a local small business and kind of qualify for the services. This isn't not a buy and sell kind of thing. It's for our small businesses and people that have products or services to sell. And that's a great feature, is that anybody with a bookable time, so a hairdresser, cleaning service, a landscape company, plumber, any kind of tradesperson, anybody that has a bookable time can use this to promote and sell their business.
And you mentioned this earlier, that especially during these COVID times, people are thinking local first. So would you encourage people to, whatever they're trying to buy or whatever service they're trying to attain, check out the iMarket first before going out in other places online?
Absolutely. It helps our entire region. It's much better for us to purchase something from Bonnyville than it is to purchase from Calgary or Lethbridge. And local is a tough definition. Some people say local is just my town, and that's not necessarily true at all. Any steps we can do to bring that purchase closer to home, and if that's an hour away or half an hour away, then that's still a local purchase. And so the whole philosophy of the Alberta iMarket is local supporting local. So we know that we've got some great businesses on there that already have an amazing client base. And so we're open for business for both shoppers and sellers. So we encourage any small business that wants to join in to do so. You can just sign up on the website or just call us here at Community Futures, and we're happy to work with you one-on-one.
So for people who are looking to look at the iMarket and see what they have on there, how can people access the Alberta iMarket?
Yeah, just as simple as albertaimarket.com. And so there'll be feature pages. You can sort by location. You can search by type of product. There'll be feature products on the homepage. It's a really well done site and pretty easy to navigate. So, happy shopping.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking some time to talk with me today.
Thanks, Jace.
Now we'll go to Shelby Clark with the first look at your weather forecast.
Thanks so much, Connor. Now taking a first look at your weather forecast here in the border city. We aren't seeing such warmer temperatures today, but the sun has been shining throughout the day, so it has been quite warm today, but hopefully throughout the week we will move on to see some more double-digit temperatures there. Now looking at temperatures across central Alberta and Saskatchewan. Alberta, Rocky Mountain House is sitting at 8 degrees, while Red Deer and Whitecourt are at 9 degrees. Edmonton and Edson are a bit warmer here, like here in Lloydminster at that 12-degree mark, and Jasper is at 11, as well as Athabasca, and Cold Lake is at 12 degrees as well. Now on the Saskatchewan side here, Melfort's a little bit chillier at that 9-degree mark there, but Prince Albert and Meadow Lake are at 11 and 10 degrees. Saskatoon is 1 degree higher with at 13 degrees there, and North Battleford is the same here at 12 degrees. But speaking of overnight in North Battleford, overnight they'll be sitting at that -3 mark overnight, but they will see a little bit of cloudy skies overnight, but it could be a lot colder, so I don't think anybody's complaining. And tomorrow they're going to pick it back up to a high of 16 tomorrow, so it will be a little bit warmer. And in Cold Lake overnight, they'll be sitting at -1 overnight with a little bit cloudier skies, but tomorrow they will be warming up as well to a high of 14 with a little bit of sun peeking behind those clouds. Now here in Lloydminster, we're going to be actually sitting at that 0-degree mark there overnight with a little bit of cloudier skies as well, but we will warm up tomorrow a couple degrees higher at a high of 16 with a lot more sun peeking behind those clouds, so make sure you're going out there and enjoying that nice weather tomorrow. And now taking a look at your 3-day forecast here. As I was saying, Wednesday it will be a high of 16 on Wednesday with a little bit more sun, but on Thursday we'll be seeing the warmest day out of the week with a high of 19 on Thursday and a little bit more sun there. And on Friday we'll be starting off this weekend with a little bit more cloudier skies on Friday, but it will be a high of 16, so hopefully we will stay in that warmer temperature mark here for the rest of the week and onto the weekend. That is a first look at your weather forecast. We'll have more news coming up after the break.
Last summer, the ACAC went back and forth on whether or not a 2020 athletics season would be plausible. Fall sports had been moved to the spring of 2021, and 2 semester sports were being shortened to just the winter semester. Both these options were ultimately shut down on November 4th. Now, as Evan Kenny reports, the ACAC is already in preparation for the 2021 season.
Student athletes, coaches, and collegiate fans sat through the 2020 season with no school sports. Lakeland College and the rest of the ACAC will now turn a new page with hopes of playing a 2021 season.
You know, we worked through them the best we could. We're still trying to supply a student athlete experience to our kids, and it just wasn't the same as, in Alberta at sometimes, but we tried to do the best we could, and the coaches were trying to be super creative and all the different things they could do to engage our student athletes. So
outdoor season sports like soccer or track and field are set to commence mid-September, while indoor season sports like volleyball or basketball are planned for mid-November. Indoor tournament sports are scheduled for the winter semester.
Start dates are something that the presidents are going to be looking at as far as from a risk management perspective, and then they're going to basically tell us, according to the release from the ACAC, we're obviously hoping for an earlier start, and hopefully, things calm down a bit, and we're able to get our student athletes competing in November. But, once again, that's going to depend a lot on our presidents and what they feel is the best course of action.
Rogan also added, if classes are once again online or a blended model, athletics should be able to continue.
They would still be able to train with our programs. The big thing from Lakeland's perspective, I think, is, as long as the governments are allowing us to, train and participate, and the college looks at that and says it's safe in in their eyes, then we're going to be allowed to have our student athletes train. Our hope is that we can follow our normal timelines when it comes to return to training protocols. Once again, the most important thing is we're following the health regulations of both health authorities, and that we're following the guidelines and protocols that the college puts in place.
ACAC members will have the option to opt out of the 2021 season. The conference will host their AGM next week, continuing discussions on scheduling. Evan Kenny, Primetime Local Sports.
Now here's Shelby Clark with another look at your weather forecast.
Thanks again so much, Connor. Now taking a second look at your weather forecast here, we're going to take a look more at temperatures around the region today. Here on the Alberta side, Lac La Biche is sitting at 12 degrees as well as in Cold Lake, but as you can see, most places are sitting at that 13-degree mark there. And in Provost, it is the highest at 15 degrees. Now here on the Saskatchewan side here, up in Isle Cross, it's a little bit cooler at 8 degrees. Green Lake is at 10 degrees, while Pearson and Meadow Lake are at 11 degrees, but the rest are at that 12-degree mark, as well as Macklin is the same as Provost at that 15-degree mark. Now, looking at the northern region here, it's a little bit cooler up in Uranium City, Stony Rapids, Wollaston Lake, and South End there with that 1 to 3 digit mark there, but in Flin Flon and La Ronge, they're at that 6 degrees, and La Loche, and Buffalo Narrows is at 7 degrees. Now, on this side here, Grand Prairie's a little bit warmer at 15 degrees, and Peace River is sitting at 10 degrees, while High Level and Fort McMurray are at 12, and Fort Chipewyan is a little bit chillier, as well as Slave Lake at that 9 to 7 degree mark there. But now taking a look at the southern region here, Lethbridge is at 14 degrees, while Medicine Hat is at 12, Banff and Calgary a little bit chillier at 8 and 9, and Coronation is at 14 degrees. And on this side here, Estevan and Moose Jaw are at 13, while Kindersley and Regina are at 12 degrees, and Yorkton is at 11, while Swift Current is still a little bit chillier as well at 9 degrees. Now moving into temperatures overnight here across the region, as you can see that it is a little bit warmer now overnight with a lot more cloudier skies. Meadow Lake is at the chilliest at that -4 mark there, and Isle Cross is at -3. But in other places here, they're sitting at that 0 degrees mark overnight. Provost and Wainwright are definitely a lot warmer at high of 2 and high of 3 overnight. But in Wainwright, there will be a high chance of some precipitation showing there. Now looking at temperatures tomorrow, we're definitely going to be warming up around the region here. As you can see, we're sitting around that 13 up in Isle Cross. It's probably going to be the chilliest, while down in Provost and Macklin, they're going to be looking at 17 degrees there tomorrow. But now taking a look at your 7-day forecast here, Wednesday will be a high of 16 on Wednesday with a little bit more sun behind those clouds, and Thursday will be the highest with a high of 19 with a little bit more sun. So make sure you're going out and going for a walk on Thursday to make sure to take advantage of that nice weather. Friday, we're starting off this weekend with a high of 16 on Friday with a lot more cloud coverage, and Saturday on the weekend will be the chilliest with a high of 9 on Saturday, but a lot more cloudier skies. And Sunday will be ending off the weekend with a high of 14, but with a little bit more sun peeking behind those clouds. And leading into next week, we'll be seeing a high of 17 on Monday and Tuesday, but with a high chance of some precipitation on both those days. That is a second look at your weather forecast. We'll have more news coming up after the break.
Welcome to Pet Project, everybody. I'm joined once again with Becca Lawrence from the Lloydminster and Community SPCA. How are you doing today, Becca?
Doing really good. How are you?
We're doing great over here. So I hear we got a cute little cat, not a kitten, fully grown.
Yeah. Yeah, we think she's about 2 years old. So we'll try to show her here. She's a little bit timid, but this little girl here is Tinsy. And, quit moving. And she came into the shelter probably about 2 months ago. So she came in through bylaw. She was picked up outside. And then she, not even 24 hours later, had baby kittens. So she was pretty much ready to pop when she got picked up. So it was kind of funny with her. She had 2 kittens, like basically the day she got here. And then the other 2 weren't really coming out. So we took her to the vet. but then they kind of gave her some medicine just to help her along, and sure enough, she popped a couple more out. So her 4 babies are pretty much all ready to go. I think the foster has claimed one of them, but other than that, the other one of them is at the vet right now getting spayed, and then the other 2 are just waiting for their dates as well too.
Beautiful. Well, that's so fortunate that, she was able to get found and brought in just in time for her to be able to have her kittens in a safe environment, which, brings up a good point that it's always important to, contact the SPCA or the city when you do find these animals, out in the wild. If you know for sure that, it's not your neighbor's cat, don't call the SPCA.
Yeah.
If your neighbor's cat is hanging out in the backyard, don't do that.
Yes.
But, and a nice parlay because you mentioned that obviously she did have her kittens, and it is officially kitten season here in the border city. So as we move into that, the springtime where, you guys are going to have a lot more cats coming in and things like that, what's something that, the community should be aware of?
Yeah, obviously here at the SPCA, we always, kittens and injured animals are going to trump, anything else that's out and about. Obviously, with the warmer weather now too, it's nice, we can at least be if it looks happy and healthy, leave it alone. And it most likely does have a home and it's going that way. If you notice if it's sticking around and not eating or drinking anything like that, again, let us know again too. But yeah, as of right now, we are going to get an influx of kittens, we think. And again, like you kind of said, in her case, she was ready to pop, and it was better for her to have those kittens here than, become feral little kitties out in the wild. So, if you do see an animal in distress, absolutely always let us know.
Definitely, and you brought up a good point. It's a good idea to, I guess, kind of test the waters a little bit before you call in, right?
Yeah.
I know I have a neighborhood cat that kind of roams around a little bit, and I know that it doesn't go hungry because I've seen him out there and I've left food out for him, and it's gone untouched. I know he's hanging out across the street. He lives there. He just comes to say hi every night, which is fine. Beautiful. And so, Becca, your AGM is actually coming up here right away. So, what can people look forward to, if they want to get in on the action, per se?
Yeah, it's going to obviously go through our last year of information of what happened at the shelter. And then, too, we are, offering up to if you want to get a membership, and then that allows you to vote at our AGM. So if in any case, if we're voting in new board members or anything like that, then that gets you that vote. And then also too, like I just said, if you want to join the board, that's something that we're always very open to as well. And then, yeah, just basically if you have a say on something and you want us to hear it, we absolutely want to hear it. We're always open to new ideas and new ways of trying different things, to maybe get us in a different direction.
Perfect. All right. So again, anybody out there, if you want to help out, if you think that you might have, some skill sets that would help the SPCA, if you want to get involved with the organization, certainly this is the way to start. And real quick before we go, we've been talking about kitten season and et cetera, et cetera. Something worth noting is your guys' foster program, which we like to bring up on these types of occasions that, if you want to help out but you can't permanently take in an animal, you could always do something like, maybe perhaps foster a cat or some kittens. So is there any information you'd like to throw out for that, Becca?
Yeah, we were kind of mentioning in a few pet projects ago, it's something that we are trying to build an actual foster program where, we have fosters that are ready, that are willing to work with bottle babies, things like that. And, not try and find it last minute when they come in sort of deal. But, that's something that we're always looking for is the bottle babies. And then even just hanging on to moms with babies until they're all ready to go, or even, babies obviously too that are old enough to eat, but they don't have mom, and then they just need to get out of the shelter until they're old enough to go out for adoption.
Beautiful. Well, there you go, everybody. There's a whole laundry list of good deeds that you could do if you want to be able to help out the SPCA and help out some animals. And let's not forget, obviously, Tinsy is up for adoption. We've seen her in the background there. She just seems so sweet and so calm. So definitely, if you're interested, stop by and say hi. But we're unfortunately out of time this week, Becca, but I just want to say thank you once again for joining us. Thank you, Tinsy, for taking time out of your day. And we will speak with you again next week.
Perfect. We'll see you next week.
Manage your waste and recyclables with Quick Pick Waste Disposal. 100% locally owned and proud to serve and support the communities we call home. Quick Pick, the convenient solution to avoid pollution.
Laura Witch from Home Hardware Lloydminster joins us today, and we're talking about Mother's Day gift ideas as we are very close to Mother's Day. Laura, for those of us who sometimes struggle to find a good gift for our moms, what are some good gift ideas for those that need a little bit of help?
We do have a wide selection of stuff here. I've brought some with me. These are some of our newest products. These ones especially just came in. They are Aphrodite bath bombs. So this will give you a full 12 minutes versus the smaller one of the lovely fizzy creamy product. So you can see the size difference there. So those are great. And we do have a wide range of bath products, bath salts, and bubble bath as well. And there is a wide selection of different types and varieties in store. Our garden center just opened up. We have absolutely beautiful planters coming in of all shapes and sizes, and also vegetables, strawberries, tomatoes, herbs coming in as well. So there's a wide selection to browse there. Heading over here, we have the Yeti products. So we have the brand new colors for spring as well as the standard ones. There's the prickly pear, granite gray, and aquifer blue, and we do have a wide range of different drinkware in stock, as well as coolers and buckets. And they are super great for anyone outdoorsy, so you can get these in all different kinds of colors. For the moms that like to camp, we have this wonderful products from Kuma. These are just some of the little ones that I could bring with me. We also have the bigger chairs. So we do have individual seats. We have the 2-seat sets, and also some that are heated. So they're definitely great for those cooler summer nights. Kuma also has a range of tents as well as pet beds. So there's definitely something for mom in there. And this one we're particularly proud of. It is our home body box, and it is just a care package for moms. So we'll do the big unveiling here. It does come with a set of bath salts, a roll-on perfume, as well as a bookmark and a book, a set of hand lotions, and a candle. So it's the perfect gift for a night of self-care for your moms. Another great suggestion for mom is our Timber Cafe. They have absolutely delicious drinks. You can get it to go and drop it off for your mom. You can also bring her down here, or if you're really stuck, and I mean, there's so many options here, you can just do a gift certificate for mom, and I'm sure she would love that just as much.
Would a lot of these items that you just showcased, Laura, be good for moms of all age ranges?
So these gifts would be great for any age range of moms. We can definitely help you out creating a package for mom. Come on into the store and let us know what mom likes. We can set up a garden package, or even there's a whole housewares section with a ton of really cool kitchen gadgets. So whatever your mom's into, we can definitely help you out and find something for you.
Now, it's always kind of fun to ask, but are people usually pretty good when it comes to getting gifts for their mom ahead of time? Or have you had those people that, like to wait till last minute to come in and find something?
Absolutely. There are definitely the last minutes. And there's people been browsing for a couple of weeks now too. We are open Sundays now. So if you are super last minute, you can come in on Sunday and buy your mom a planter or a gift here in store.
Laura, thanks so much for joining us and showcasing some great ideas for this Mother's Day for those of us that may still be struggling to find a gift idea, including myself for my own mom. So thank you so much for joining us, Laura.
Now taking a final look at your 7-day forecast here. As I was saying, throughout the week we will be seeing a high of 20, the highest on Thursday, and starting off this weekend we will be seeing a high of 16 to a high of 14, ending off on the weekend with a little bit more cloudier skies. But next week we will be seeing a high of 17 on Monday and Tuesday with a high chance of some precipitation.
Thanks for joining us on Primetime Local News. Have a great night.